Welcome back to Can Angels Fly 1970. I'm Nancy, and I'm here today to expose something. I'm a what they call conspiracy theorist today, but I want you to check it out. So the next thing that you will see is what I'll be talking about. Check out the image. Okay, I hope you looked at the image and looked at it well. Now let's talk about it. It is my personal belief and my conspiracy theory that you're being microwaved. Yeah, we are being microwaved slowly. However, I think there is a bigger plan for what you just saw. So let me explain to you what that image was, how I acquired it, and what I believe it is and what it is used for. Now, oh, and let me give you some history. One day, I want to say that it was in 2011, I would like to say. It was July 4th, I believe. I just had a little small family function, and it ended kind of early. As the evening started to set that day, I say about 3 o'clock or so, maybe 4, it started getting real hot to me. I was like, oh my God, what is going on? I'm running all over my house trying to find some peace. Can't find none. I'm on fire. I'm in the refrigerator, leaning in the deep freezer, putting ice on my head, going through a whole bunch of stuff. And it got so extreme to the point I told my children, I said, hey, it's hot, y'all. Set me up in the basement. I had a little furniture down there. I had to pull my air conditioner out the window, take it in the basement, took the oscillating fan, the box fans, and all had them on me in the basement. Still couldn't get no relief. I'm telling y'all, oh my God, I can remember it that that experience like it was yesterday. So end up telling my kids, I'm downstairs. I'm in the basement for hours now, mind y'all. It was about 3 o'clock or something like that when it started. About 7, I told my kids, y'all, if it get one more degree hotter, I'm going to drop dead. I'm going to drop dead. And I went and started telling my kids, I said, you know what? It feels like to me, my kids thought I was crazy. I said, oh, it feel like I'm being microwaved. I could feel the heat penetrating through the house all the way into the basement. The fans weren't helping. The air conditioner wasn't helping. Nothing. The water, the ice, nothing was helping. The feeling was that it was penetrating not only through the house but into my flesh. And it was literally pinching right underneath my skin. I told my kids, I said, I think these motherfuckers that invented something to concentrate heat on people. And I described to them, my kids, how I felt like this machine looked and functioned. Now, the next day, I get up and go to work. And as I'm crossing the main street in my city, the way the demographics are laid out, I can see straight to downtown. All of a sudden, I couldn't see out of my right eye. And I'm running, trying to get to the bus, and I'm rubbing my eye because I'm thinking I got morning cold in it all day long. What is going on? Washing, splashing. So I'm not being funny. After a few months, I let this go on a few months because I didn't understand what was going on. I said, I got to go to the hospital. So I went to the doctor's office, and they sent me to Retina Center. And Lord and behold, the Retina Center said that the vessels in the back of my right eyeball had ruptured. I'm like, what? They says, well, we're going to take a lot of labs because, got to be something medically wrong. Your blood pressure's up or whatever, sugar, da da da. So they run all their tests. This goes on probably for another month. They check everything and they can't find anything wrong. No, no high blood pressure, no sugar, no nothing. Okay. They say to me, I don't know what could possibly cause this. This just doesn't happen. And I said to them, of course, people think I'm crazy when I talk. I said, oh, I know what happened. I know what happened. I'm telling you, I got so hot. I didn't go into fine details when I told that doctor that, but I was hot. So, from that experience of being cooked alive in 2011, I lost partial sight in my right eye because the blood vessels in the back of it ruptured. Now, let's see, because I didn't really write a outline for this, so I guess I'll just bounce around. Let's move forward. So, what you are seeing, let me talk about what you were seeing in that image. I want to show it to you one more time because I've been running my mouth. Now, what you were seeing in the image was a picture of the sun. I took that picture with my own personal cell phone this year, 2016. If you notice in the picture, I wish I knew how to put it up here to point it out. But okay, you can identify the ball as the sun with some rays going out. But there's also something that is there. Like it looks like a satellite, a ray like laser kind of satellite if you look close. And I know I seem weird. I know that it seems like a conspiracy kind of topic, but I'm challenging you, viewer. Do it. Just I know you got a cell phone. Go outside. And what I do, I'm gonna describe how I got that picture. Um, I take my cell phone out. You know the old saying, you can't look directly in the sun, it's blinding. Fairly, very true. So what I was doing one day, let me try to straighten this out. So in 2013, 3 years ago, I was outside. Now I had felt the heat before, but I wasn't thinking about it. But in 2013, that mother sucker came back again, and I was like, "Oh, that's that heat. That's that heat." So I went outside and I looked up at the sun. I couldn't see nothing with my naked eye, my one good eye. So my little smart nose itself pulled out my cell phone. Barely know how to use it, but I figured it out. So what I did is I turned on my camera, set it to record. These were my original images of it. Set it to record and just held the phone up to the sun. And as it was, no, that was, okay, so I just recorded the sun. At that time, I wasn't saying anything. I didn't know what I would see. And what I end up doing is my cell phone has multiple exposures, different exposures. I set it on each exposure and video recorded the sun. I could not see what was going on. You know how your phone outside you can't see anyway? So I just held it up there. All right, let me tell you what I saw in the videos. In the original videos I recorded of the sun in 2013, I witnessed the sun with some type of beam, a satellite and a beam sweeping. When I saw that, I was like, oh shit. What the fuck is this? Excuse my language, but it's real. So I got my cell phone and went back outside. This went on. I did my research for a while. But I went back outside. This time, I'm narrating on my phone as I record. And what I'm narrating is, okay, it's this time of day, and this is the exposure that I'm using, and I'm holding the phone up to the sun to capture the image. As I was doing that, I became aware that I could actually tell when it was getting hotter. Imagine I can't see what the phone is recording. So I'm sitting there recording and going to the next exposure. By the time I got to that third exposure, I had to back up and go to the other exposures, because what I was not only recording it, but I was still feeling it. It what? The heat from the sun, you know. And I'm narrating. I can't see what's going on. I'm just looking like this, recording, waiting to go in the house to see what I pick up. And so I was like, oh, I said, wait a minute, it's getting hotter. Yeah, it's getting hotter. And then all of a sudden, it's like the beam would just be directly on me. Oh yeah, it's hot. It's hot. Okay. So I go through all the exposures like that. Lord and behold, guess what? I go in the house and view the video. That beam that swung like a pendulum and rotated with the laser coming out of the end was really moving. And when it would get over the position where I was seated, I would feel this extreme burning heat that penetrated my skin and like pinched it underneath. Hurt. I was like, oh my God, what is this? It's amazing to me how people are so uninterested when unusual things happen. Are you experiencing it with your five senses, but yet you doubt yourself? Or you're experiencing it with your five senses and you ain't saying, you ain't curious at all. All right, but I digress. Let me try to get this out. So, before the summer ended in 2013, I did another, scientific test doing the exact same thing. I live right next to an empty field, so I have a little picnic table out there. So I go sit right in the middle of the field, middle of the day, hot as hell, and hold the phone up. I mean, it wasn't a real hot day. I can't say that. It was a really beautiful day. Hold the phone up, recording, saying what the date is and the exposure that I'm using, and I'm narrating about how I'm feeling, the senses I get. And so I'm narrating. Imagine my little picnic table glass. So I'm sitting there. And I'm like, oh, I can feel it coming. I can feel it coming. I can feel so I can feel this ray getting closer and closer to me. And as it passes over me, it's a microwave feeling. And so I'm like, oh man, this is too hot. Now I sit out there, change the exposure. I said, oh, you. In my last week, I got to go in now. I got to go in now. It's too hot because it kept coming, it kept swinging back. It's like they had it on high that day. And when I say they, the scientists, the U.S. government, whoever doing what, creating what, we'll talk about that. So I go in the house and I'm like, my leg hurt. My leg is hurting. Now, imagine I had on jeans, pants. I take my pants off, y'all. And oh, in the video, I'm like, oh, my legs feel like they burning. My legs feel like they're burning. And mind y'all, I wasn't outside maybe 10, 15 minutes recording these videos. I'm not the outdoorsy kind. Don't let the camouflage fool you. Anyway, I come in the house because my legs keep hurting me. I take my pants off to find that I have major sunburn on my thigh. I took a picture of that, right? Now, mind you, this was back in 2013. So I no longer have that phone. Of course, I lost my phone and those images. So let me go back to when I first had that experience in 2011 where my eyeball got burnt out of the socket. Okay. My kids laughing at me. Mama, you crazy, da 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 da. You just fat, da 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 da. You know, you tripping. Okay. A year later, my son calls me and says, Mama, I'm sitting over here watching the History Channel. And guess what they talking about? I was like, what is that? They talking about a heat machine the government has created in order to control the masses. You were right. How did you know? How could you tell? I said I was feeling it and I kept telling y'all and I didn't understand how y'all didn't feel it. Maybe because I'm a little older and my skin a little weaker. I don't know. But it was hot to them, but not to the extent it was to me. Nor did it do any damage to them as it did to me. Now, all right, I talked about actually the first event. Oh, I want to go back even further before I even took any images, thought to look at the sun or anything. At the beginning of the summer, it had to be since 2009. It hadn't even gotten hot outside yet. You know, that time when you waking, it's about to get hot. It's about to get hot. And I came home one day and took my shoes off. And I'm like a brown kind of, I guess they call it mocha kind of color. And when I took my shoes and socks off, my feet, my toes was burnt and they looked like little peanuts. Oh, no, I don't do that. I was like, but how did that happen? It wasn't extremely hot. Excuse me. It wasn't extremely hot. I had gym shoes and socks on. How did my feet, my toes, get roasted to the point they looked like burnt peanuts? I'm like, oh, no. Then, another time since 2009, but before 2011, I go outside. Then all of a sudden, I got these patches coming on my skin, and I'm just getting discolored. Hold on. I don't do that. Another time, ride in the car with my girlfriend. She got her arm on the kind of like the windowsill while she driving, whipping. We done went, I think, to eat or something. By the time we made it home, she looked over at her arm. Her arm was red and peeling. It wasn't that hot outside. It was nice. Like, what the hell is that? We don't do that. But okay. So from those experiences, I told her, I don't go outside without suntan lotion to this day. Even in the winter, I still put a light glaze on. I got to get some for this year because I ain't ready nor prepared for natural reasons. But I ain't going outside without no suntan lotion on. And I'll tell y'all that when I started wearing the suntan lotion every day, other than getting this or that burnt peanut look, like it was drying up or decaying or doing something. I don't know what things was doing. But like I said, I don't do that. But when I started wearing the suntan lotion I started getting a really beautiful bronze color. So it's an upside to it. Protective, definitely protective and beautifying at the same time. So I suggest to you all, wear suntan lotion. Now, okay. So, again, that image that you just witnessed, you saw. Hopefully you'll go back and freeze the frame and just study it, because you can openly see that there is like a satellite a dish, and it has a central point where the beam literally shoots out of. Something else I noticed during my time of researching it via my cell phone is that it wasn't just one. That's first what I thought. But I caught another perspective of the sun just by moving from position to position. And one time I even caught a couple of images of where I could see that. Let me see if I can draw a picture real quick. I wasn't prepared to do it. Now I got a marker, y'all. Hold on. Wait a minute. I got a marker. Yep. That may be to see better. Now, just say, oh, this computer gets on my nerves. This is the image of the sun. Now, the way the picture kind of looks is like this. You can kind of see it like that, and then the beam comes out. And I'm down here with my little self getting cooked. Okay. But not only was the beam like that, when I caught the other viewpoints, there was a disc here. There were discs like in every direction. And I could see on some of them the central point. And they will, I guess they oscillate so far in each direction. Each one is set to, cover a particular area. And the one that I could see head on was the one that was created to cover my area. And so these all covered different areas. They were like all different discs, all the same size, and they were moving. Yeah. Like I said, sound like a conspiracy theorist, don't I? I know. That's okay. Because now I challenge you, my viewer. I want you to know, on your next sunny day, go outside with your cell phone and put it on record. Just hold it up to the sun. Now, you may have to do it a few times, because I have noticed that certain times they'll turn it off. Other times, it's on mildly. The other times, it's on full motherfucking demon beam. So, what I want you to do is not only record the sun, just stand there for a few minutes and record it. I also want you to, like I did, change the exposures and record. And how about this? Narrate to yourself what you are feeling and experiencing from the sun rays. See if you can identify when that mother sucker coming toward you. And I want you to talk to yourself about it so that when you go in the house and review what you've recorded, and you see that mother scratcher literally swings in your location and is hanging over you at the time you're saying, I really do feel this heat intensity growing, that you know this ain't no conspiracy theory. It was something else I wanted to talk about, but I don't remember. Oh, yeah. And if you take this challenge and you see anything, please comment below. Write it all down. Tell the whole story. Share it with the world. And don't forget to wear your suntan lotion. Until next time, from Can Angels Fly, 1970. Bye.